Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be giving you guys a Week 5 preview of the Washington Commanders versus Tennessee Titans matchup. I'll give you guys an injury update, keys to victory, and then a score prediction at the end. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help me get there. Also with that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Okay, so big game for the Commanders. They're at 1-3, and a lot of people already gave up on the season, and a lot more are the people that haven't given up on the season yet will if they lose to the Titans. And if they lose to the Bears, or if they lose to the Titans and then lose to the Bears, call it wraps. 1-5 after losing to Justin Fields and the Bears with that receiving core, that offensive line. You really cannot recover from that at all. Maybe you can go on a little win streak and get to 6 or 7 wins, but if you're not beating the Bears, you're not really beating anybody. Let's really look at the injury report first. So, Percy Butler, we'll look at the guys that are out. We'll go back to the normal version, but Percy Butler out, Sam Cosmi out, Jahan Dotson out, Milo Eifler out, and then David Mayo and Logan Thomas questionable. So, a lot of, some key contributors that are out. Sam Cosmi, he's played okay at times, not so great at times. He's out for this week, probably next week. Maybe he'll be back the next. And then Jahan Dotson, probably the same thing. He's out for this game. Probably, I would say 75% chance he's out for the Bears game. And then probably like a 75-80% chance he's back for that Packers game. And then Logan Thomas could be a big injury, questionable. Practiced Wednesday and Thursday. I guess had that injury on Wednesday or Thursday, and then did not practice on Friday. So they'll see how he feels. But unfortunately, he's out there. And then Curtis Samuel was sick, but he's good to go. Daniel Wise is good to go, which is good. I don't think he played last week. The last couple weeks, Charles Leno, William Jackson III are good. So at least Charles Leno, that news is good. William Jackson III, I don't really know. We could go without him. It doesn't really matter. Titans, they've got a lot of injuries as well. Let's see. Nate Davis, guard, is questionable. Caleb Farley, first-round pick out of E-Tech. I think he missed almost all of his rookie year. He's questionable. Lonnie Johnson, questionable. And then linebacker Joe Jones is out. Amani Hooker, very good safety. He is out. Bud Dupree is out. Zach Cunningham is out. Treylon Burks, a first-round receiver, he's out. I think they put him on IR today. And then an outside linebacker's out. So they got a lot of guys out and a few guys questionable. So we have a lot of guys out, but there's no excuses. They've got a ton of guys out as well. So we got to take advantage of that. We have to win, we have to win tomorrow if you have any chance of doing anything this year. And then Brian Robinson is activated, so that is great news for sure. And Tyler Larson is taken off the PUP list, and Milo Eifler placed on IR. So sucks for him, out for 4 weeks minimum, and the countdown will start this Sunday. But Brian Robinson coming back is huge, and then Tyler Larson coming back is great because if Nick Martin goes down, you got Tyler Larson, and I think eventually you might want to put Tyler Larson as your starting center. That's the injury update. Let's get into some keys to victory real quick. We're going to do Jeffrey Simmons. Sorry. I couldn't really see what the key to victory was for this one. Jeffrey Simmons, you have to contain him. He is an elite defensive tackle, a great pass rusher out of Mississippi State, played with Montez Sweat, and he can wreck games. You saw what he did in the Bengals playoff game. I think he had like 3 or 4 sacks. He was absolutely insane. You have to, that's the thing. Our interior line is weaker. We have Sadiq Charles, Andrew Norwell, and Nick Martin, maybe Tyler Larson. That's not a great group right there. Probably Norwell's the best out of those 3, and he's not even that great. He's average at best at this moment. So it's going to be hard, but you're going to have to do what you got to do. And, hopefully John Masco has these boys ready to contain Simmons. Simmons is going to have probably a good game, but if you can limit him to maybe 1 sack at most or, a couple pressures, I would take that as a win. So try to contain Jeffrey Simmons as much as possible because he is an absolute animal, the best player on the Titans defense, probably the second best player on the team behind Derrick Henry. So he's an absolute dog. You have to contain him. And, it's going to be tough for Wentz, but hopefully he's able to, if, the O-line isn't able to contain him, he can throw it away, or he can, avoid him. Next one is get the ball to Terry McLaurin. We have not, last week I think he had 2 catches, and yes, Diggs was playing good defense on him. He was also holding him a few plays, but find ways to get him the ball. Like, you got him 2 short receptions, and on both of those he got either first down or good amount of yardage. Just do that. Terry's gonna break one eventually, and the Titans are susceptible to deep passes. McLaurin's pretty good at those, so getting some deep balls. So do that. Give him some targets down the field. And this secondary isn't great. I think Terry should thrive, and Jahan Dotson's out, so that's like 6 targets that are gone. So some of those will go to Terry. Maybe Diami will get a couple. But you got to get the ball to your best player, and that's Terry McLaurin. Give him the ball, and Terry's also got to get open as well. But I'm excited to see what Terry can do. I think he's going to have a big game. I'm going to go first 100-plus yard game for Terry is going to be this week against the Tennessee Titans, with Jahan Dotson being out and going up against a weaker secondary. So that's my bold prediction for the game, and it is kind of bold because he hasn't, he's averaged 3.5 yards or 3.5 catches a game. Next one, Carson Wentz, his decision making has to be better. Some of the interceptions were awful. Sometimes, either he takes a sack he shouldn't, or he, does an intentional grounding. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the one where he avoids the first guy. I don't know if it was Micah. It was someone. I don't think it was Micah. He avoids the first guy. It was a great job. And then someone else, maybe it was the same guy. I think it was Micah Parsons. I know this. Once Carson Wentz avoided the first sack, Micah Parsons comes running after him and forces an intentional grounding. And it's like, Wentz, you got to understand, you made a good play avoiding the sack. If you would have taken that first sack, wouldn't have been your fault. You made an amazing play getting out of that. Throw it away. Don't try to be greedy. You did. You lost a set of downs and lost 10 yards. Like, you just can't do that. And he did that twice last game. He's done it at least one other time during the season. And intentional groundings and sacks kill you. So he's got to throw the ball, away quicker. He's got to learn to do that and, make some better decisions in terms of some of the interceptions, because they're just awful. They're just awful. Some of those are awful interceptions. I feel like he's done a better job the last couple weeks. It's funny because the first 2 weeks of the season were his best weeks, but I felt like he sailed the most passes in those 2 weeks. These last 2 weeks have been his worst weeks, but he's done better in terms of not really sailing guys, over the middle, but he's been way less accurate, kind of just throwing way to the side or whatever. That's just a thought I had. Another key to victory, you got to be able to somehow contain Derrick Henry. He's going to break some, but try not to give up these super, super explosive plays, these 25-plus yard plays from Derrick Henry. You got some good, tackling safeties in Derek Force and Cam Curl. So, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen expect a big day from them. They played against Derrick Henry in college, or with Derrick Henry in college, so they're familiar with with him. So hopefully that gives them an edge on him, but he also is familiar with them. So that's it's a two-way street right there. But you just got to do what you got to do against Derrick Henry. First couple weeks he kind of struggled. Last couple he's been insane, and you see his first half stats. He leads the league in rush attempts, rush yards, tied for first in touchdowns, and tied for first in runs of 10-plus yards. Second half, though, totally different story. So hopefully you can limit him a little bit in the first, because in the second he's not as good. Not sure if that's on him or if that's really if that's on the offensive coordinator or whoever the play caller is. So those are kind of my keys to victory. Now let's go into my score prediction for the game. So last couple games, I predict them to lose, and they really haven't shown me anything to predict otherwise. So until they win, honestly, even if they lose this game, if it's somewhat close, I'm probably going to pick them to beat the Bears. They absolutely should beat the Bears. But I'm going to go 24-21 Tennessee Titans. I definitely could see a win here for the Commanders. I probably would go 58-42. Like, it's not that much of a difference. I think the Commanders have a shot. It's at home. That helps a little bit. I think they're 2.5, 3-point underdogs, so not even that bad. Yeah, Tennessee Titans aren't a great team. The Giants beat them. And, the Giants are 3-1, but, like, let's keep it real. They're not, the Giants are not that good of a football team. They've played some bad teams. They'll end up being a 6-7 win team at the end of the day. They're better than I thought they would be, but they're not a great team in my opinion. They're still rebuilding. I think they have the right guys in place, though. So, yeah, predicting a loss. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm hoping they get a win on my birthday for sure. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace, guys.